What's going on, guys? It's Cliff here and welcome back to episode 2 of our Ashes Cricket Career Mode. Today we're coming in bowling our first ball of the career, and to be fair, it's a pretty good shot. It's a pretty good bowl, I must say, and you would feel a little bit hard done by as a bowler there for such a outrageous shot by McKnight to not go and take the edge. But we're back here. If you haven't seen episode 1, make sure you go and check that out now. There will be... Actually, I'll put a card up in the top right-hand corner now with a link to episode 1. So make sure, as I said, you go and check that out if you have not already. We actually did fairly well in that game. It was our first time at bat. I didn't really put my batting skills up a whole lot at the start of this game, so I was pretty happy with how we went. 38 off just 33 deliveries, so we started very well. We got out, I think, to a left arm Chinaman was coming in, and they had just changed the field, and we got caught at short cover, and I was gonna say possibly go up for the appeal there, but not so. We have bowled very good line and length at the moment. I think that's the selection that we did choose. I think it was possibly precise or conservative, one of the two. But anyway, we get off to a beautiful start in our first over of our career with a maiden there, and we do have a pretty good field for us as well, especially considering we are just bowling outswing, ball in and ball out. So we do have that cover which has come into play there, along with the 2 slips and a gully, so anything that comes off that outside edge hopefully is going to fall to one of those players there. Now I am going to look to try and mix career mode up a little bit. So today basically I'm just doing, I guess, my normal style of recording where I just talk and don't do, well, this video isn't going to have any editing at all in it, but I'm going to look to try, especially for the club 3-day games and possibly even 2-day games, just look to go and try and get, you know, a few more highlights, or possibly just cut out, I guess, the boring bits where not a whole lot happens and we're just talking a whole lot of shit, to be fair, and just get, I guess, the good stuff, the juicy stuff that you want right in the middle. That one there has been worked away, and that is going to be the first runs coming off our bowling, and it's looking as though it is going to trickle itself away to the boundary. So McKnight gets 4, and I'm just going to change up, just going to go to the in-swing, because towards the end of Don Bradman's 17, it's a tactic that did work very well for me. So I'm hoping we can do the same here again today and look to possibly try and knock this guy's castle over and grab ourselves our first wicket in this career. That really is, I guess, the aim here today, is to pick up wicket number 1. And I'm going to probably try and keep recording until we do get wicket number 1, because otherwise it is, as I said, just going to be me talking a whole lot of smack throughout this episode. I don't really have too much else to talk about, really, as we have actually gone and broken there for... Okay. Abby's just gone absolutely crazy out there. As we have broken, it looks as though for the, I would say, probably T interval, because we are still in the first day, would you believe. With the score what it is, and I mean, to be fair, there's still 68 overs left today, so that might have even been the lunch interval rather than the T interval. So I'm just hoping that we can go and try and get something here. Just get McCullum. I hope he doesn't play like his name, the New Zealand namesake, because otherwise we could be in for a whole lot of trouble here. But we have changed the field once again. Well, the field has been changed automatically, I should say. 3 slips and a gully now, so we're going to have to make sure that we try and get this just a little bit straighter, just a touch straighter, and then we kind of want to start it probably on middle stump, middle and off. And then just get it to move away just a touch, just like that there. But we do need to be careful not to get too straight, because there isn't a whole lot of cover on that leg side, as you can see up in the radar. I have actually changed my face cam over to the top left hand corner, just in order so that we can see that radar when we are batting and bowling. So just the 3 players on the leg side, all really just saving ones, to be fair. With a man, I guess, at fine leg, you've got a man at mid-off, and then I couldn't even really remember where the other one was. Probably like a mid-wicket, I guess. And I was going to say, you can't take me out of the attack yet, boys. I've only bowled the 3 overs. It has been pretty economical, only going for the 5 runs. Remember, one of those was a boundary 4. So in the rest, it has been, as I said, very, very good. And one thing I do hope they try and fix potentially, I mean, there probably should be a run. You know, the guy's basically 3/4 of the way out. He's almost back. To be fair, he is almost back on the boundary. He's only a couple of steps in. And they have gone and turned down the single. So hopefully that is something that can improve. I really just want to go and grab that first wicket. I just really want to try and grab that first wicket, and then we can look, as I said, at wrapping things up. Otherwise, it's just going to be, you know, that's not what we want. We wanted a 50 in the first innings. We didn't get it. we have finally found the edge. We finally got one really nice, and it has actually gone. I'm just going to bring the keeper and the slips up, so they come up in unison. That's actually quite nice, the unison that they took there. That's some great team bonding. And McKnight did go for a big swing last time around, and he has followed it up very sensibly with a forward defensive shot. But I don't even know if the slips were in the position that they're in now, if that last second to last ball, would have gone and carried to one of them, just because of the way it was hit. This one here has gone up in the air, it's gone far, it's gone high, it hasn't gone to a fielder, and it's gone for 4. So quite strange, to be fair. Went for the one big shot, got the edge, followed that up with a very solid forward defensive shot, and then has gone for a big lofted drive over the leg side, which has gone and obviously missed the fielders. He's picked up 4, but very dangerous play. And I'm just hoping that we can continue on that and try and grab ourselves another wicket potentially. So we've come back in, we've had a bit of a spell, just bowled the 4 overs so far. Again, we've only gone for 9 runs, and 8 of those runs have come off 2 balls. So the rest of the innings has been very, very solid and very economical. So I'm just hoping that we can try and force a mistake from one of these two. Probably would prefer to be bowling at McCullum. He seems to be, I don't want to say struggling, because he still is 25 off of 54. So he's just hanging in there. McKnight 41 off 74 now. And the most probably concerning fact is the figure that was just in the bottom right hand corner there, which is how much they trail by. They only trail now with that single by 58 runs, and they do still have 10 wickets left in hand, which is, as I said, a real concern, especially seeing the amount of time that is left in today's play. So I'm really hoping that we can try and roll through this top order and just grab ourselves some wickets. And then look, I guess, to probably go and move on to the next game with something a bit better. But these guys just do seem to be playing very well. We did find the edge just the one time. We have had a couple of risky shots that have been played against us, but nothing as such. Oh my God, there we go. We get the other edge. It's edges galore, boys. Just back like DCB 17 days, but it just doesn't seem to be carrying to the hands of the fielders. So we're going to keep going. We're into our 6th over now. We've found the edge twice, and McKnight back to that very solid forward defensive shot. That might have been something possibly that I could have used in my batting innings, especially, you know, we were absolutely smashing it. The field did change. They brought in a shortish cover, and that is an area that we were going to quite frequently in our innings, and they did bring it in, and it just a little bit aerial, but a great catch by that guy who was in close. So I just got to keep going, try and get something. I'm trying to think back to how I got wickets in Don Bradman, and it was, majority of it was the in swing, but with how we have been bowling here today and the edges that we have taken, I just feel as though that one of these edges is going to carry sooner or later. I just have a feeling that that wicket is not far away at all. We just need to keep plugging away, keep getting in those areas. I mean, he's only 3 runs off of 50, to be fair, so I'm kind of hoping that he goes for a bit of an aggressive shot up over point, and he just mistimes it and manages to either go to that guy. Oh, I was going to say at point, but we have gone and broken the shackles, boy. The first wicket, and it is actually clean bowled as well, so that is a great way to grab our first wicket of our club career. Gets a little inside edge, and it is middle stump that has been castled, and McKnight is back on his way to the pavilion. Middle stump out of the ground. See you later, buddy. And it is a relief that we have managed to go and get that wicket there. So hopefully one leads to 2, and we can grab just a couple more. I'm sure I bowled outswing. I might have bowled inswing for that last one, but I'm going to stick with outswing here, especially to McCullum, who has just been able to go and nudge that one into the gap, which does bring the left-hander on strike, which is a little bit of a concern, because lefties is someone, in this game and in cricket games, I just really do not enjoy bowling at lefties. We do have a very attacking field for him, mind you, and we're going to go and take the pace off and try and bowl some cross seamers and just look to try and grab an edge. As I said, we've got a lot of players that are in close. We've got a man under the helmet, we've got a man on the leg side, and then we've got 2 guys, I guess, at probably like a deep backward square leg and probably a deep cover that are going and protecting the boundaries right there. So I don't mind that. I don't mind them driving into that area where those players are, and I'm just hoping again that one can dollop up, somehow take the edge of the bat and just grab ourselves our second wicket there, boys, because that would be absolutely outstanding. But that there is a nice shot. It's worked away, and there is a lot of space back out there, but again risky, opening the face of the bat. Remember, there are 2 slips in play there, so they could have potentially gone and been brought into play if it had gone where we needed it to. And we do now have, did they take 3 there? I think they must have taken 3. Brings McCullum back on strike, and there is, as you can see, a big juicy hole right there. That's where he's going for, in the covers, but there is plenty of catching protection at the back end of the, well, at the striker's end, I guess you would say. So I played that one out. Again, a pretty good over. We're getting the edges, we're getting the chances, they're just not quite going our way, and we probably will, I would say, just grab ourselves maybe one more over, or a couple more overs, because we have had a bit of a spell, just to see if we can go and pick something else up. McCullum has managed to go and pass his 50, and I'm just looking at the time, just making sure that we can try and keep this at a relatively good pace of video. So we might just do the one more and look to see if we can try and pick something up. Episode 3 will probably be, I'd say, I was going to say, has that hit the pad? Has that hit the pad? No, says Ross. He says it has come off the bat. They have actually gone and taken the lead as well. Episode 3 we will probably have coming out on Tuesday, and I would say it would probably be another game. It would be a different one after this, probably our second game, and I'll just look to finish this one off here tonight. Just because, you know, we don't really want to go and just be seeing a whole lot of bowling. Again, a very nice forward defensive shot. That's something we need to add to our arsenal, especially when the deliveries like that are required. I'm going to try and sneak in just an in-swinger, just with the second to last ball that we are going to have here recording, and it has been played away quite riskily to that man at gully, and we'll just finish off, you know what, with a stock standard straight ball to wrap things up and wrap up this innings. And it has gone again and taken the outside edge, so edges galore. Absolutely crazy the amount of edges. Very good groupings, as we can see there, but just need to work, I guess, a little bit on that line. The length is pretty good, and what a perfect time to finish. I believe it is going to be possibly the close of day 1 of this debut match for us. As I said, episode 3 is going to be coming out on Tuesday, and we will have another game going on there. So at the moment, Burnie, I believe, do lead by single figures. I do still have 7 wickets left in the bag, so I do have a lot of work left to do. Big wicket there for Cliff, obviously picking up Big Night. That is our first wicket, which I'm so happy that we managed to get on camera, and I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, remember to give it a thumbs up, give this video a like. Let's aim for 100 likes on this video, and then we'll get episode 3 out on Tuesday. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you go and hit that subscribe button. Keep completely up to date with all the Ashes cricket content that is going on this channel. And until next time, ka kite anō. See you soon.